Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. And as you know, we'll be celebrating the Christmas parade here on November the 29th. And I just so happen to have the big man himself came by the studio to say hello to all the boys and girls. Mr. Santa, I want to say hello and welcome to the show.
Hello to you and all the children out there.
Well, look, I know that you probably been getting a number of letters coming in. Let me just ask that ultimate question. Have the kids been pretty nice here in Troup County?
Yeah, just about all of them have been the best you could ask for.
Well, look, and I know sometimes some of us older kids too, we send letters in to you. Are you answering those letters as well?
Oh yeah, everybody that sends a letter gets an answer.
Now, there was this kid, he had wanted it was a green toy something or another. I can't recall exactly what it was. Now, has that guy been pretty good, or do you think he's been naughty this year?
Well, so far so good.
So far so good for this year? Okay. Well, we hope that he'll get his green toy as well.
He's pretty close, so he should make it this year.
He should, okay, very good. Now, I understand that, Santa, the kids will have an opportunity to come out and just kind of visit with you down on the square, and you'll also be down in the downtown area. Talk a little bit about that for us.
Yeah, well, on the Saturdays during the month of December, I'm going to be in a sleigh in the square. And I'll be looking to see all the boys and girls come and talk to me.
Okay.
And then on Sundays, I'm going to be in the marketplace. And I'll have my own little chair in there, and they can come and see me in there as well.
All right, then. So if they didn't get the letter to you, they can come and just kind of tell you in person?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, very good. And that's throughout the month of December?
Do the months, yeah, starting on the first day, in fact.
All right, so
it's the first Saturday.
So you're going to be kind of busy, aren't you, Santa?
Oh, yeah, very busy. I just hope I got enough time to get there from the 24th.
I guess you're going to have to get some of your helpers to come along with you.
I'm going to need my helpers.
Absolutely. Well, Santa, we want to thank you very much for coming out today and just kind of stopping by the studio and just gracing us with your presence. I know that you'll be busy throughout the month leading up to Christmas Day, and if you want to come back later on, just kind of talk about how those kids were, come on back and talk to us, okay?
Well, I thank you very much, sir.
All right, Santa, I know you got to get busy, right?
You have a Merry Christmas, too.
Same to you, Santa. I want to thank you and wish you a very Merry Christmas as well.
And I thank you.
All right.
And I will tell all my reindeer friends about you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us City Week this week. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, this is State Representative Carl Von Epps. I want to wish everybody a very blessed Thanksgiving holiday, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. May God continue to bless each of you.
Hi, this is State Senator Josh McCoon wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have a guest on that will be talking about the Toys for Tots. I have on Bernard Bledsoe of the Marine Corps League. Bernard, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Alton. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with you and talk about something that's coming up that I know that you and a number of other gentlemen will be working with, trying to make sure that the kids here in our community get a gift for Christmas. But before we get started talking about that, talk to us a little bit about how the Marine Corps League and Toys for Tots, I guess, united or got started doing a program of such.
Well, a Marine Corps Reserve unit in Los Angeles, California in 1947 was concerned about veterans' children not having plenty of toys at Christmas. They were highly motivated by the wife of the commanding officer. They generally give us good guidance.
That's right.
It was such a successful program, selecting about 5,000 toys for kids in that area, that by the next year the Marine Corps Reserve units nationwide had adopted Toys for Tots as a program that they would operate on.
Oh.
And they have operated that continuously ever since then. When I was in the reserves in the 50s, at that time we used to bring in used bicycles and all and fix them in addition to used toys, and we're giving them out, and we've continued to do that in the 80s because of two things. One, product liability, and the other one is we thought that kids ought to have a new toy, not just a hand-me-down toy. We went over to all new unwrapped toys, and that's what we collect and distribute today. And because of the way rules and laws are written, the Marine Corps Reserve set up the Toys for Tots Foundation, and the Toys for Tots Foundation actually operates it. So it is the Toys for Tots program operated by the Marine Corps Reserve Foundation for the Marine Corps Reserves. And the Marine Corps Reserve units are responsible for that. Now, there's not a Marine Corps Reserve unit everywhere.
That's right.
And so in 2000, when the Marine veterans in this area started the PFC George Island Detachment 1040 Marine Corps League, our first project was to become involved in Toys for Tots.
Okay.
And we had a choice, either drive through the Atlanta traffic for 85 miles or drive 80 miles down to Montgomery for Company L, 23rd Marines, 3rd Battalion, 23rd Marines. And we decided that it was easier to go to Montgomery.
Southbound traffic better, right?
So we went down and worked with Montgomery. And what it is the Montgomery folks give us some posters, like the poster that you see right here, and we help you recognize after using them many, many years and seeing them in television and this sort of thing.
Right. Okay.
And the other thing is that they give us occasionally a cup or something like that to hand out, but mostly boxes.
Mostly boxes.
Boxes
Okay.
that we can put out
That's right.
everywhere around. And so since 2000, we have collected toys in this area for distribution in this area. Okay. And any expense our members and our organization bears. And we report our activities back through the Montgomery unit for being reported nationally, but all the distribution is done here in the LaGrange Troop Town area.
Okay, very good. Now let me ask you, because I know that Mr. Bill Newman, who's also a member of the, I think of your attachment as well, approximately how many members do you have here in the Troop County area or surrounding area?
Well, our detachment here has now 32 members, and you mentioned Bill Newman. Bill is one of our past detachment commandants, and he was also the statewide pack leader for Georgia Military Order of Devil Dogs, which is the Fun and Honor Society of the Marine Corps League. So Bill has been an important part of our activities here in town.
Absolutely.
In addition to being a vital worker for the city.
That's right. That's right. He does a great job down there for us too. So then, and you mentioned something that I want to ask a little bit later on, but you mentioned, Bernard, about the fact that all of the toys that are raised and collected here stay here locally. Talk about that a little bit more for us, please.
Well, our operation is a local operation, and we are able to augment things for distribution here in our area. Now, some of the larger operations, Atlanta operations, the one at Montgomery and all, the foundation sends additional toys down into those areas based on nationwide contributions and this sort of thing. But ours is started off strictly trying to get toys. Now, we do accept donations. If we want to make a donation, they make it through the detachment earmarked for Toys for Tots. And every penny we get for Toys for Tots ends up going to one of our distribution agencies. And we would rather have toys, frankly. But there's always a gap. The distribution agencies agree with families that they will supply gender and age specific toys. Okay. What we get is what we get.
That's right.
Now, if we got more boys than girls, or more girls than boy toys, or more for younger ages, or not enough for infants or whatever, then the funds are used to augment it.
Okay.
One of the things I'd like to encourage people to do is to make your contribution early. These toys are distributed to families to deliver as Santa Claus at their house, just like everybody else does. And we've got to be able to sort them to give them out.
That's right.
The distribution dates for the two empty stocking funds is going to be December 17th this year. The Salvation Army is going to do it the following Friday and Saturday, and I think it's 21st and 22nd, but I don't have a calendar right in front of me, so that might be off by a day or two.
Okay, all right.
And so we will need to make our pickups in advance of those dates.
Right. Okay.
Now, last year, we got a fair amount of unexpected funds the day before we closed out. Now, what this did, never bad, this enabled the Salvation Army to go down and buy about 50 bicycles that wouldn't have gone to kids otherwise.
Okay.
But if we could get our donations a little bit earlier, it certainly would be beneficial to the distribution agents.
Absolutely.
To know what's going on.
And talking about, and when you're talking about the contributions and the donations there also, Bernard, and I think it's important that you mentioned too, all of these are tax deductibles, is correct?
That's correct. The foundation, the Marine Corps League Detachment, and Marine Corps Reserve operation in this respect is 100% tax deductible.
Okay.
So any cash donations or any toys are deductible as valid gifts to a nonprofit agency.
Very good, very good. So, and I know that the community once again will come out and just support the program fully, but we want to jump into, I know that this year you guys are going to do something a little bit different. I know as the economy kind of tightens and everything, we have to look for creative ways of getting donations and things of that nature, but I understand that this year the Marine Corps Toys for Tots will be participating in the Christmas parade. Talk about that for us.
That's in two ways. The Chamber of Commerce and the Parade Committee has joined us to support Toys for Tots this year. Mm-hmm. The first way is that every applicant is going to be asked to provide a toy in addition to the application fee, and those toys will go for Toys for Tots.
Okay.
The second thing is that this year we will be the last unit in the Christmas parade. For safety reasons, we're going to follow Santa Claus as we go through, and we'll have outwalkers, and anybody that wants to teach their kid to the benefit of giving can bring a toy with their child to the parade, and after Santa Claus passes by, the Marine Corps League will have opportunities for them to hand their toy over to one of the outwalkers. We'll be putting them in Toys for Tots boxes in the back of pickup trucks, and they can help learn the joy of giving for somebody else's benefit.
Absolutely.
So we will be doing that for the Christmas parade this year, which is not very long away, 29th.
November 29th, you're right, absolutely, not very long. Well, very good. So you guys, and this I think will be, well, not necessarily the first year that you all participate, but it'll be the first year that donations can be collected in this manner, just a kid bringing
we haven't been a part of the parade in several years.
Okay, well, very good. Well, I'm sure that you all have a very nice display there. So again, the Christmas parade itself is November 29th. So bring a toy to the parade.
Bring a toy to the parade and let a child contribute it.
There you go. Absolutely.
We'll take them from adults, but it's good for kids to learn.
Good for kids to learn, absolutely. Now, I know that, Bernard, you all are involved in other events around the City of LaGrange and surrounding areas too, and I know that there are a couple things that you all have coming up where people can get an opportunity to donate toys or either bring a monetary donation. And talk about, I think you was mentioning there's one going to be taking place out at the Best Western. Tell us about that.
People have creative ways that want to be a part of it, and a couple of musicians in the area have got the idea that they would get some of their friends together, put on a free concert at various locations, and charge as an entry fee a toy or a cover charge, $10 in those cases. Now, the first one is going to be on Saturday, December 1st. It'll be held at the Best Western. It's going to start at 6, and there'll be a different band every hour up through midnight. Oh. And Best Western is donating their space, and we'll be out there collecting toys, and the bands will be out there entertaining, and we hope everybody will have a good time if that's the sort of entertainment they'd like to do. The following Saturday, down in the Irish Bread Pub in West Point, another group is doing the same thing, and they will start at 8 o'clock on Saturday night the 8th down there, and again it's a toy or cover charge, and I'm not sure how late they'll go, but I don't think I'll be there for it close.
Not going to hang out all night with them?
I don't think I'll be there for it. But it's creative ideas. We're also very happy this year, for the second year in a row, to get the support of the Georgia State Patrol. The Georgia State Patrol was very active last year in organizing certain activities. And last year it was Trooper Cotton, and Trooper Cotton has moved on to greater fields up in the Atlanta area, and I think he's patrolling out of Noonan. But Trooper First Class Scott Jeter is going to be the representative for State Highway Patrol this year. And if you see a State Patrol car with a Toys for Tots sign on the side of it, that's just one more way that our public safety officers are trying to be good citizens and help the community, and so they're not always giving out tickets. Sometimes they're taking up toys.
That's right.
And we appreciate their support. We really do.
Okay, very good. Now, will they have any special markings on their vehicles, anything, or just a regular automobile?
Well, whenever we are with them collecting toys, I think they're going to try to arrange something at Walmart, maybe something at Big Lot and a few other places. They will have one of our fairly large choo-choo trains
Okay.
sitting on the side of the
So you can't miss it.
magnetic sign sitting over covered the highway patrol sign for a few minutes.
All right, so
and then they'll be back out on the road.
Back out on the road, very good. Now, you mentioned something else there about, of course, the Georgia State Patrol helping out this year, and Officer Jeter there, and George Cotton in the past. People will also have an opportunity to make donations at various locations throughout the city. Talk about some of those.
Well, our original activities and the ones that we continue and are the firm background of what we do is try to put boxes in heavily traveled locations. They may be, you may see one in your bank, you may see one at the grocery store. I have to give special credit to Publix. The Publix down on Commerce Avenue, the customers in there have just been outstanding over the years in their contributions to our local area, and we really do appreciate that.
Very good.
You will see them in workplaces, you'll see them in various offices, and if you don't happen to be in one of those, then be assured that the county fire departments will have boxes, and they are delighted to accept toys. The city fire stations will do the same thing, and particularly the county department out on 27, the county department over in Hogansville. Those are ones that get just a lot of traffic, and we're always glad to have that. But there will be a box at each of those locations, and those firemen will be glad to accept. There'll also be a box at City Hall, and there'll be a box down at the LaGrange Police Department because they support us.
That's right.
And it's just another way that your public safety people, participate to help the community. A lot of times you think of them only if there's a disaster or only if there's been a law broken or something. Mm-hmm. But they're always good citizens, and they're always trying to help, and we really do sincerely appreciate their support.
Absolutely. I know that each year there on the third floor of City Hall, we have a box there, and of course, all of the employees contribute to that box. And talking about boxes, Bernard, I think is important too. You talked about the donations coming in and getting them early. When did you all schedule to pick up the boxes at these various locations? Well,
the distribution for the Empty Stocking Fund of LaGrange, which is managed by LaGrange Personal Aid, and the Empty Stocking Fund of Hogansville, which is managed by the Hogansville Pilot Club, will be made on December 17th. That's the Monday before Christmas. And we will need to pick up the prior Friday and Saturday to get toys into those areas. We'll continue to pick up through the following Thursday so that we can get everything to the Salvation Army, which will make their distributions on Friday and Saturday. And I can't say enough about the work of those agencies. They're United Way agencies. When we started, we wanted to find a reliable organization that had experience screening people to be sure that the toys that we got were distributed to children in need. And by using these United Way agencies, and we're happy to say they coordinate with each other so that people go to one, they need not go to another one or another one. There's only one service organization per family. We try to make the toys go. Now, they have budgeted amounts from United Way, and we appreciate everybody being a part of United Way and making those donations. And we estimate what our donations will be to augment what they're doing. But to the extent that we can say we're going to hopefully have one more toy or two more toys or three more toys per child, they can add more towels to their benefit. Now, they have taken applications. Again, age and gender specific toys. They have taken applications through October and into November, and at some point they will have taken all the applications that their budget will allow. Now, it's unfortunate that it comes to that point, but at some point they will.
Right.
And so if somebody did not realize Christmas was going to happen again this year and didn't take advantage of those registrations, we're very, very sorry.
That's right.
But they have to budget their acceptance of applications with their availability to provide, and they have done a good job of that over the years.
Absolutely.
And we really do appreciate what they do, and we are happy to be a part of their activities, and we are happy to be able to tell everybody donating to us that they are doing their best effort to see that as many children as possible have a nice Christmas, and we're just proud to be a part of it.
Well, great. We're here at the station. We're very happy to be a part of that as well. You mentioned, about the, it's called the client tracker. And I know sometimes when people think that they're helping individuals, want to make sure it gets to those that are most needy. And I know that Lieutenant Powell has talked about like the client tracker software that they have, that so the person doesn't duplicate services. So I'm glad to hear that you all also participate with them in making sure that families are not abusing the system there.
Well, Lieutenants Billy and Chris Powell are an asset, and we're fortunate that the Salvation Army has put them in our location, and they are real contributors to a lot of people's well-being at Christmas time.
Absolutely, absolutely right. And just again, we're so very fortunate here in this community and the surrounding areas, because I know that some of the services of the Salvation Army kind of reach out into some of the surrounding counties, but we're so very fortunate to have you with the Marine Corps volunteers, Marine Corps Toys for Tots here in our community to make sure that our families here are kind of given those opportunities to provide for their kids in the event that financial situations or hardship situations have not allowed them to do so. So I just want to thank you for coming on. And again, I just want to mention your two upcoming events there again on December the 1st out at Best Western, a toy or either $10, correct? Right. And then down in West Point on the 10th at the Irish Pub.
I think it's the 8th.
8th, okay. 8th. Oh, Saturday 8th, okay, on the 8th down in West Point. Again, it's going to be a toy or either a cover charge.
Cover charge $10.
$10, okay, very good. So they have opportunities.
Salvation, get it straight. The Best Western is also having a Christmas with Santa activity. And they're going to have our boxes out there so that people want to make donations doing that. And their Christmas with Santa activities, I believe, are going to be on Saturday morning, the 24th of November, and again on Saturday morning, the 8th of December, be from 8 to 10, and that's not toy required. It's just another opportunity for your child to make a contribution, and we're just honored to be a part of this collection activity and this effort that the United Way agencies are doing for the betterment of the children in our area.
Well, we're very happy again and fortunate to have you and all the volunteers here in our community to do such a noble and worthwhile cause. And again, I want to thank you very much, Bernard, for coming on and sitting down and sharing this information. I know that the boxes would just kind of run over and overfill, and the donations will come in early this time, okay?
The best thing that could happen to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, too. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment.
Hi, this is State Representative Randy Nix. I want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and tell you to remember, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining for City Week this week. As you saw, Santa stopped by and told all the boys and girls to come out and see him down on the square, also in the downtown area. Also, we had on from the Marine Corps League, Bernard Bledsoe, that talked about the upcoming Toys for Tots drive. So make sure that you bring a toy, an unwrapped toy, new toy, and drop it off in one of the drop-off locations so that we can make sure that our kids of Troup County have a very Merry Christmas. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to mention too, by way of announcement, City Hall will be closed on November 22nd and also Friday, November the 23rd in observance of Thanksgiving. So we want to wish everyone from the studio here in downtown LaGrange a very happy Thanksgiving. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.